We rely on geniuses to entertain us, educate us, lead us, and show us all what humans are capable of. We rely on them to give us smartphones, electric cars, cures for diseases, social networking sites, art, world-class food, and so many other things. But have you ever dreamed of playing an important role in mankind's development? If you have a burning desire to be able to invent things, this case study is for you. Hi guys, this is Pratik and you are watching Eclectic. How do you define a creative or a genius person? Throughout our history, we have been trying to define genius people and trying to find out how a genius mind thinks. During the period of Thomas Edison and Nikole Tesla, people used to say creative people are the gifted ones. Traditionally, we all think creativity is a mysterious thing, which can be possessed by only few lucky ones. In many parts of the world, creativity or being genius is still associated with the God's gift or divine inspiration. However, if God really exists, how can a God favor just few people and not the others? Therefore, I decided to research it and decode it for me and for everyone. After studying the lives of many inventors and geniuses like Einstein, Nikole Tesla, Leonardo Da Vinci, and many more, this is what I found. I found 2 abilities in them which made them unique, and 7 common personality traits which made them successful. Let us start with those unique abilities first. Imagination. An ability to imagine things that do not exist yet. An ability to see beyond the factual knowledge. Knowing facts about things can make you a good lawyer or a journalist, but it cannot make you a genius inventor. Before many great inventions, people have thought this is impossible according to currently available facts. However, geniuses like Einstein never let facts limit their imagination. Here is a simple trick which I find very interesting. Creative geniuses let their imagination run wild. They imagine by using the fullest capacity of their brain. Once they are done with their imagination, then they bring science and logic into those things. Every great invention starts with the imagination. After the process of imagination, you need to think about how you can achieve what you have imagined with the help of science. So that is the power of imagination, and that is how creative geniuses use it. Another psychological fact is that even we imagine so many things, but most of the time we don't take them seriously. Geniuses, however, treat each and every thought very seriously. In fact, they spend most of their time in analyzing their thoughts. Now just imagining things is not enough, is it? There comes the second ability. An ability to do immense hard work and practicing their craft. We all have been thinking that it is all about IQ level, but that is not true. Henry Ford failed in business several times and was flat broke 5 times before he founded the Ford Motor Company. Teachers of Thomas Edison once told him that he was too stupid to learn anything. So how do you explain these things? These people had an average IQ level. Therefore, a team of scientists came forward and did a research on these geniuses. They discovered a fascinating genius code, the 10,000 hour rule. According to this rule, you can learn or master anything you want if you spend learning or practicing that skill for at least 10,000 hours. It means if you spend 8 hours per day practicing your art or your skill or anything that you want to learn, it would take you about 4 years to be an expert at it. You can notice this kind of dedication in all the successful people of 21st century. Now after these 2 unique abilities, geniuses have 7 personality traits in common, which make them successful. Knowledge about their field of working. We have seen eureka incidents like the one which happened with Archimedes, where idea suddenly pops up in his brain while he was taking bath. When Archimedes stepped in the water, he noticed that the certain volume of water is displaced because of his body, and that volume must be equal to the volume of his body, and that principle is known as the Archimedes Principle. We may think that this was an accident, but what we miss here is that before this discovery, Archimedes had spent most of his life studying mathematics and scientific principles. Therefore, behind every great idea there is knowledge involved. Second, developing and sharpening their skill after working hard for many years. Sometimes we see these successful people and think, why don't they stop now? They have all the money and fame they want. However, they always try to level up their game. They always sharpen their skills, and most importantly, they do not stop. Now the third, problem solving skill. People will always tell you that if you want to invent something or want to start a new startup, you just need to find out a problem and then a solution for that problem. But that is not true. It is not that simple. You cannot come up with an idea unless you have a good amount of knowledge about that field or a subject. You can only rectify or identify a problem if you have a particular level of knowledge about that field or if you have a good work experience in that field. Fourth, different approach and adaptive skill. Many inventors see things differently. They take different approach and try to modify existing things or technology. There are two kinds of inventions: disruptive invention and advanced or modified invention. Disruptive invention means inventing something new, which people have not seen before, and modified invention means getting inspired from that new invention and then making it more effective by modifying it. For example, an anonymous person who goes by the name Satoshi Nakamoto first invented Bitcoin. It was a disruptive invention, something new, which people had not seen before. After Bitcoin, many others took inspiration from the blockchain technology, which is underlying technology of Bitcoins, and they invented their own products on the blockchain technology. So this is a good example of modified inventions. So coming back to our qualities. The fifth one is facing uncertainty, courageousness and risk-taking ability. You have this huge amount of knowledge and skills, but what if you fear about the outcome? What will you do if you fear about the risk? The risk which you would need to take for doing or inventing something entirely new. People generally do not support new ideas. You need to fight your way out of it and prove yourself. Take the life story of any inventor. You will notice that he has taken many risks in his life. Majority of people around the world do not like uncertainty. Everyone wants to be sure about everything in their life. They want to settle down and have a steady income source. They plan for next 5 to 10 years and so on. Creative geniuses have survived tough blows in their life. They take risks and enjoy uncertainty. The sixth trait is motivation and loving what you do. You cannot feel motivated if you do not enjoy or love your work. This is very basic thing and I think everyone knows it. People who love what they are doing, people who love their jobs, they do not care for rewards and all. They are just deeply in love with their work. This quality keeps them going even if everyone is against them and no one is really praising them for their hard work. The seventh trait is the ability to explain your art, your product, your service or whatever you have invented. It means making your invention accessible to people. Elon Musk is known as one of the famous inventors of 21st century. When an interviewer asked him whom he thinks is the best inventor between Edison and Nikole Tesla, this is what he said.
Role models, I think, there's obviously some of the obvious role models. I think Edison was certainly a role model, probably one of the biggest role models.
Did you study Edison's life? Or?
Yeah, I read books about him, absolutely. And it's an interesting contrast, like Edison versus Tesla, because interesting, the car company is called Tesla. And the reason it's called Tesla is because we use an AC induction motor, which is an architecture that Tesla developed. And the guy probably deserves a little more play than he gets in current society. But on balance, I'm a bigger fan of Edison than Tesla, because Edison brought his stuff to market and made those inventions accessible to the world, whereas Tesla didn't really do that.
Right.
So he'd certainly be a big one.
If you feel my video is useful or helpful to you in some ways, consider sharing it on your social media handles. Consider subscribing and do comment your views. If I have not mentioned any quality of geniuses which you think is worth mentioning, feel free to comment what you think. Check out the awesome collection of books mentioned in the description.